Hey, what's up YouTube? David Space. This video is gonna pretty much be a combination of a lot of requests that I've been getting. Like one of the major one was like a reptile room tour. And I've told people before that there's no reptile room, sort of. It's like my bedroom with reptiles in it, so I guess it technically is a reptile room. But anyway, so pretty much it'll be like a reptile room tour slash update kind of thing, because a lot of everything's pretty much changed in some way. So if you've watched any of my other videos, you'll be like, oh yeah, that is different. So we're just gonna start with my Russian tortoise. Had him, I think, like 3 weeks, maybe a month at the most. And not much has really changed, except for like I said in the tortoise video I did when I first got him, was that I didn't like the pellets. And so when I cleaned out the cage, I just switched everything. This is just a mixture of Eco Earth and coconut husk. I only put the coconut husk in there because at the time I ran out of Eco Earth. But next time it's just gonna be all Eco Earth. That was weird. Right now, I mean, he's doing really well. Super active. I did pick out a name for him. Cause the name that the owners originally gave him, I don't even remember what it was, but I remember it was a girl's name. And as far as I can tell, he's not a girl. He's a boy. He's a male. Cause he's got those long claws in the front. And he definitely has a longer tail. So I named him Johnny the Bull. I was gonna name him Stampy, but I thought that was kind of cliche, and everyone named their tortoise Stampy, so I just named him Johnny the Bull. Because like with the Eco Earth now, I notice it more, is that he bulldozes through everything. Like normally when I take him out to soak him, I'll flatten this out so it'll be all flat, and then when I put him back like 20 minutes later, starting from this corner going all the way this way, it'll be bare. Everything will be pushed out to the side. And I know that's mostly him trying to get out because this is glass, he can see through it, and you shouldn't really have tortoises in glass tanks for that reason, that they don't get the concept of glass and they just keep walking through it. So I want to put him in a tub. I found the tub that I want. I forget how big it was, but it's a really good tub. It's not see-through, and it's gonna be a lot longer than his tank right now. So that's pretty much the only reason stopping me from getting it, is space. So I am coming up on the end of the fall semester in school, so when I get my long winter break, excuse me, I'm definitely going to be moving a lot of things around and make space for the tub. So that way he can be a little bit better. But yeah, so that's little Johnny the Bull, and right now he's just munching down on some kale. He loves that stuff. But yeah, so from here we'll be moving on to BB the ball python. Alright guys, this is BB. Excuse me. She's my female ball python. Not exactly sure the age on her, because she was a rescue. But I've had her probably, I think it's been like 2, maybe 3 months now. But she's doing really good. No, I take it back. It's been like 4 months. There you go. But she's doing fantastic. I had her on live mice. And then I experimented. And then she was eating frozen thawed. She had to eat like maybe 3 large mice every 5 days. Then eventually I moved her up to frozen small rats, and she'll eat one of those once every like 4 to 6 days, just kind of depending on how quickly she digests it. She's been eating those pretty well. She's been eating those like the last maybe 3 weeks. But yeah, she's doing pretty well. She's grown a little bit since I've gotten her. I think she's just a regular normal ball python. No, at first I thought fire, but I think that's just me hoping. But yeah, she's just a regular normal. One person did comment and say that maybe she's a patternless, just because if you look around the sides, there's very few of these little dots right here where my middle finger is. There's very few of those on her body, as opposed to like a normal, which would have more predominant spots. But there's only like those two, and then like one on each side of her neck. So it's a possibility, but she's just a beautiful normal. And then I'm gonna put her back, and I will show you her enclosure. Alright, so I put her back, and she quickly went into the shadows, which is fine. Very typical for snakes to want to be in the darkness. But as you can see, I have definitely changed her whole setup. She's been a 20 long. Now she's in a 40 breeder. And it had nothing really to do with her size. It had to do with my Uramastic. There she goes, drinking water. Sorry. But yeah, it had to do with my Uramastic. I felt that he was kind of stressing out in the 40, so I moved him to the 20, and I put little BB in the 40. Now this whole tank is going to be fine for her for an entire life when she gets to be 4.5 feet long or so. This will be it. If anything, I might take out some of the vines and stuff when she gets bigger, but other than that, I don't have to change anything later. But yeah, that's just her new setup. She's on, I think I put her on jungle bed, just because that's what I had at the time. She's got a couple of vines that I put together using Exoterra vines and I think some fluker vines or something. She still has her dog dish with her water. She has her little hide under the hot spot. But yeah, and then everyone says ball pythons are a completely terrestrial snake. Well, you give them something to climb on, they'll climb it. So, move on to the Uramastic. Okay, so here's my Uramastic. I believe he's a clown Molly Uramastic. His name's Godzuki. For those of you who don't know, it's from the old 1980s Godzilla movies. Godzuki was the baby Godzilla. My girlfriend named him, and I like it, so it stuck. He's kind of... I've noticed that now that I moved him into 20, even though it's only been a few days, he is less shy. He's been out. He just crawls out all the time now. He'll bask more. And so obviously I can tell smaller tank is a lot better for him right now. So yeah, he's in the 20. He's just on some... I forget the name of the sand, but it's by Blue Iguana. He's got his 2 food dishes, basking spot, his 2 hides. Right now he's on a 160 watt power sun. He's got his UV and a nightlight. Probably going to cut this off right now and do part 2 later, just because this is about to be 10 minutes and I think that's all YouTube allows me. So, one last quick look and we'll cut it from there.